power to lay and collect taxes, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States, to borrow money on the credit of the United States, to regulate commerce, to coin money and regulate the value thereof, to establish post offices and post roads, to declare war, to raise and support armies, to provide and maintain a navy, to make all laws necessary and proper for carrying into execution the foregoing powers.
In the House of Representatives, there are 435 voting members and 6 non-voting members.
Hello, I'm a Senate. I work in Congress, and there's 100 members in our Senate House.
Whew, you sure gotta climb a lot of steps to get to this Capitol building here in Washington. Well, I wonder who that sad little scrap of paper is.
I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee, but I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that I will, but today I am still just a bill.
Gee, Bill, you certainly have a lot of patience and courage.
Well, I got this far. When I started, I wasn't even a bill. I was just an idea. Some folks back home decided they wanted a law passed, so they called their local congressman, and he said, "You're right, there ought to be a law." Then he sat down and wrote me out and introduced me to Congress, and I became a bill. And I'll remain a bill until they decide to make me a law. Just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I got as far as Capitol Hill. Well, now I'm stuck in committee, and I'll sit here and wait while a few key congressmen discuss and debate whether they should let me be a law. I hope and pray that they will, but today I am still just a bill.
Listen to those congressmen arguing. Is all that discussion and debate about you?
Yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones. Most bills never even get this far. I hope they decide to report on me favorably, otherwise I may die.
Die?
Yeah, die in committee. Oh, but it looks like I'm going to live. Now I go to the House of Representatives and they vote on me.
If they vote yes, what happens?
Then I go to the Senate and the whole thing starts all over again.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And if they vote for me on Capitol Hill, well, then I'm off to the White House where I'll wait in a line with a lot of other bills for the president to sign. And if he signs me, then I'll be a law. I hope and pray that he will. But today I am still just a bill.
You mean even if the whole Congress says you should be a law, the president can still say no?
Yes, that's called a veto. If the president vetoes me, I have to go back to Congress and they vote on me again, and by that time you're so
By
old.
that time, it's very unlikely that you'll become a law. It's not easy to become a law, is it?
No. But how I hope and pray that I will. But today I am still just a bill.
He signed your bill. Now you're a law.
Oh, yes.
He has to be an inspiring example to the American people. He awards medals and congratulates astronauts on their trips into space. He appoints government people into the branch and helps to run the branch. He appoints the head CIA agent and holds cabinet meetings.
He visits other countries' leaders, writes them messages, and entertains them in the White House.
He is in charge of armed forces and deciding to bomb foreign cities in times of war and calling troops to stop a riot.
The president can influence Congress when they make laws. He invites them to lunch, signs bills, and makes speeches to them.
He helps make sure other people in his political party get into office, for example, choosing leading party members in cabinet. He is concerned with unemployment, high prices, taxes, business profits, etc. He meets with economic advisors to discuss ways to lower unemployment. Set up by Article 3 in the Constitution, the powers given to the executive branch are to declare war, veto laws, and the power to sign legislation into law. They also have the power to forgive someone of a federal crime and eliminate the punishment for it. Hello, I am President Johnson. I was born in Detroit, Michigan. I'm 42 years old, and I'd like to serve 2 terms.
Why do you think you're qualified to be the new Supreme Court Justice?
Because I have experience in the field. Way more than anyone else applying for the job.
How do you know that?
One of them was wearing a clown suit.
Anyway, back to business. As a district court judge, you've only handled cases about things from drugs to rape. Why do you think you can handle federal cases? What do you even know about the Supreme Court?
You hear cases dealing with the U.S. Constitution, as well as cases dealing with the federal laws and treaties that would affect ambassadors, public ministers, and consuls.
Surely you know more than that. You have to know more about the position if both the president's political party and the members of legislation recommended you.
Of course. You also have to deal with cases of admiralty and maritime jurisdiction. There are also cases where the United States is a party, cases between a state and citizens of another state, cases between citizens of different states.
Let's see what else you know. What 3 courts make up the judicial branch?
That's easy. They are the Supreme Court, the lower courts, and the special courts.
Before we continue, I'll have you know that the FBI has done a thorough background check on you.
Uh-oh.
Yes, you should have known that a background check was mandatory. Correct?
Yes. Of course.
Now, it says here that you have been charged with robbery and forgery.
I came from a poor family. You must understand.
Last year?
I haven't the slightest clue what you're talking about.
Also, your residency documents aren't even real. You shouldn't even be a citizen of the United States.
But the guy said that they were legitimate.
Get out.
A 1, 2, 3.
In the United States of America, government is divided into not 1, not 2, but 3 branches of power. 1, 2, 3 branches. Who's got the power, but who's got the power? 1, 2, 3 branches. Who's got the power, but who's got the power? 1, 2, 3 branches. Who's got the power, but who's got the power? 1, 2, 3 branches. Who's got the power, but who's got the power?
Who's got the power? Tell me who's in charge of this country that's so vast and large?
Come on, man, it's the president in the White House, making sure the country's rules are carried out.
Nah, it's gotta be Congress on Capitol Hill.
Why?
They make the laws and they make the bills.
Well, what about the court, the Supreme Court? Gets rid of any law if it seems out of sort.
Then who's got the power? Tell me who's in charge of this country that's so vast and large?
I just said the prez tops the other 2. Get a sense of what the president can do. He can take any bill that Congress wrote up and veto that bill to say, hold up, and the president gets to be the one who picks the new Supreme Court justices. 1, 2, 3 branches.
Who's got the power, but who's got the power?
1, 2, 3 branches.
Who's got the power, but who's got the power?
Bye!